My name is Emily, and last week I ended a 3-year relationship and a 6-month engagement. I am heartbroken, but I am also more certain than ever that I made the right choice, even if my friends and family are struggling to understand. I broke up with my fiance, James, because he is fundamentally unable to set a boundary with his ex-girlfriend, Sarah. James and Sarah dated for 5 years in their 20s. They broke up amicably, he says, because they wanted different things. Sarah wanted to travel the world with a backpack. James wanted a suburban home and stability. They remained best friends. At first, I admired their maturity. I had never stayed friends with an ex, so I thought it was a sign of his good character. But the closeness was not healthy. It was a constant, quiet presence in our relationship that grew louder and more intrusive over time. Sarah texted him good morning and good night every single day. They had a shared Spotify playlist they updated weekly. He knew her work schedule better than mine. When she was upset, she called him, even at 1 a.m., and he would take the call, whispering in the hallway while I tried to sleep. He said, "She has no one else. I have to be there for her." Our first major fight was over a vacation. James and I had planned a weekend getaway. 2 days before we left, Sarah had a crisis because her cat was sick. James spent the entire weekend on the phone with her, video calling from the vet, and was emotionally absent. Our romantic trip was just a change of scenery for him to support her. I expressed my discomfort. I told him I felt like a third wheel in his emotional life. He assured me I was the one he wanted to marry, that Sarah was just a friend, and that I needed to be more secure. He would make small efforts, like not answering her calls at the table, but the fundamental dynamic never changed. The breaking point was the wedding planning. Sarah is a graphic designer. James, without consulting me, asked her to design our wedding invitations. "She'll do it for free," he said, beaming as if this was a wonderful gift. I was horrified. I told him I was not comfortable having his ex-girlfriend design the symbol of our union. He was furious. "You're being ridiculous and wasteful. This is what friends do. You're trying to cut her out of my life because you're jealous." We fought for days. During that fight, he let slip that Sarah was the first person he told when he decided to propose to me. He had shown her the ring before I saw it. He had asked for her blessing. In that moment, I saw our entire future with crystal clarity. She would be at our children's births. She would be his first call during a crisis. Her opinion on our house, our moves, our finances would always carry more weight than mine because of their history. I would forever be sharing my husband's deepest emotional intimacy with another woman. I gave him an ultimatum. Go to couples counseling to establish serious boundaries, or we are done. He refused the counseling. He said I was the one with the problem, that I needed to fix my insecurity, and that he would not abandon his friend to appease my jealousy. So I ended it. I gave him back the ring. Now the fallout is brutal. My family thinks I threw away a good man over a female friend. My mother keeps saying, "All men have a past, Emily." Mutual friends are telling me to reconsider, that he never cheated, that I am overreacting. James is telling everyone I was controlling and gave him an impossible choice. But it was not impossible. I did not ask him to never speak to her again. I asked for the priority and privacy that a fiancé deserves. I asked for our marriage to be its own sacred space, not a trio. He chose the trio. I am grieving the future I thought we had, but I also feel a grim sense of peace. I knew down to my bones that if I had married him, I would have spent my life feeling like I was in a competition I never signed up for. So I have to ask, AITA for breaking off my engagement because my fiancé was too close to his ex.